Today's collectible spot, we are having a look at the Tonner Dolls Gotham Garage Harley Quinn. Tonner, the premier doll company, celebrating 25 years in the service. Spot's already done a review of the Tonner Catwoman, the Garage Catwoman. This is the second video in a two-part series as we have a look at the two new female releases from Tonner. Again, this is geared towards video for people that are collectors of dolls. Notably so, Spot doesn't collect dolls really of any sort, but when it came to the Tonner stuff, and especially the Gotham releases, I definitely wanted to have a look at these and showcase some of the really high quality things that you can expect from Tonner. I was really happy actually with how Catwoman turned out. Looking forward to seeing how Harley Quinn turns out. Your box is exactly the same as the Catwoman. A very simplistic white box with Tonner up at the top, and down below, a Tonner celebrating once again 25 years of producing high quality dolls. Spin around the side of the box, you've got their website at www.tonnerdoll.com, and as on the other side there as well, warning: choking hazard, small parts not for children under 14 years of age. I can't stress this enough as well, this is not a toy, it is a collectible item. At these dolls sitting at around the $170 to $180 price point, they are definitely geared towards high-end doll collectors that want a premium display piece. That being said, Spot's going to take a break. I'm going to get this opened up, and when we come back, we're going to get a better look at the Tonner Dolls Gotham Garage Harley Quinn. There's more heading away, guys. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. Much like with the Gotham Garage Catwoman, the Gotham Garage Harley also comes with the same display stand, a circular clear bottom base, and then a pole or neck attached to the top, a waist clip. I would say it's certainly required in the case of displaying these dolls because unfortunately, just the way that they stand, I do have actually some tough time getting them to display properly. To accommodate that solely without the use of a display stand, it's extremely difficult. So I would say definitely have them displayed with their corresponding display stands. Harley Quinn, strictly speaking from a doll standpoint, is an absolutely beautiful looking release. Let's have a look at her face. Rather fitting. Tonner opts to paint or give her a lighter complexion in her face rather than the normal flesh tone that are in her arms. Now even then, the arms and any areas that are exposed flesh are paler, what I've noticed, than the Catwoman that we already had a look at. But by far though, her face is quite light. Conveying perfectly how Harley Quinn looks. She's got a little bit of the blush going in her cheeks, rosy red lips, and piercing green eyes. One thing also to note as well about her eyes, and hopefully the camera's picking it up, is that she has eyelashes. The Catwoman did not have eyelashes. The Harley Quinn does. A nice little extra touch that I really appreciate they would have added. The hair itself is very, very pale blonde, and she's got a series of she's got pigtails going in the back. You can feel, or you will have to take my word for it, the quality of doll hair that they incorporate to their dolls is, it's not stunning because Spot can't get too excited with doll hair, but it's actually a very high quality hair. I'd say it rivals, in fact, I might even say it's better than some 6-scale figure doll hair. If like comparing it to the likes of like the Hot Toys Black Widow, for good examples, that hair just didn't have as much of this feel of what Harley's got here. All the more reason why I tend to say when it comes to larger scale figures, I opt for more sculpted hair than rather real hair. Tonner, on the other hand, can show us exactly what it's done, or how to incorporate real doll hair and do it successfully. Like the hair it almost feels like real hair. The front is kind of being parted to the side, and again, like, this is smart on their part. The biggest problem I have is the fact that when it comes to incorporating doll hair to any 6-scale figure release, it is next to impossible to sculpt it because it's just very messy, very matted. This hair definitely has a lot more quality to it, if that makes any sense. Furthering going down from her neck, she does have a very large tattoo. Can't quite make out what that tattoo is, but there's a pair of glowing eyes. It looks like it almost looks like a devil head. She's got a black top, which also has a red top attached to it. It's not two separate, or not appearing to be two separate shirts on top of one another. It's one shirt completely. She is not wearing a bra, so guys, you don't expect that there's going to be any revealing going on here. And then the inside of her jacket, she has a black interior with a very thin red band around the collar area. She has a couple of pair of pockets. The pockets don't actually function. There's no spot where you can put stuff into the pockets. They're completely for show. With this particular Harley as well, you can see that one sleeve is absent from her jacket, and then the other one has the same striping down the side as what bands the front of the jacket. And then she's got the Harley Quinn logo there in the red and gray. And then a nod to the other Harley Quinn designs. She's got the half and half, so half black, half red on her pants. Comes to accessories, Harley Quinn will come with the following. For starters, she comes with a pair of black and red boots. Looks like the same boot as well that Catwoman came with, so might probably have the same issue that I had with Catwoman. Try as I might, I had a real tough time getting her foot, arched as it is, sloped down to the bottom area of her boot. We'll try, hopefully be a little bit more successful with Harley's, as she does come again with a red and black pair. So we'll probably want to switch them and have them on opposite colored legs. Rather funny enough too, getting the boots on Harley Quinn was a lot easier than getting them on Catwoman. And I think I found one easier way to do it. As opposed to trying to force the foot from the top, once you get the foot in, at least into the opening area of the boot, I found that even like grabbing the heel area, like right about there, and kind of wiggle it while pushing it up seems to do a more successful job of getting the arch of the foot lined up to the bottom of the boots. Still, one thing to note is that they do put a lot of laces on the boots themselves. So you might want to wrap these around the boot before tying them off, or just tie a series of knots to try to clean up some of this excess. She'll also come with a pair of bracelets. Luckily, I thought you might have had to take the hands off, feed them through, and then plug them back into place, but luckily, these bracelets have little snap closures. Lastly, and the coolest of the accessories, she comes also with a motorcycle helmet, which gives us a slight nod to the original Harley Quinn designs, giving us a pom-pom Harley Quinn design. I quite like these a lot. There's an elastic band on the underside that it would fit over her head, but it seems like you could pretty much get this on her head. Unless you're moving the doll around, I don't feel like the elastic band is all that necessary. I must admit though, feeling slightly torn as I did with Catwoman, I'm not sure whether I would display her with this helmet or I would display her without. The hair really is sculpted so nicely, as well as the face, that I might even just leave it completely off. But to show you how it looks, we can just put it right over top of her head. And then you can have the pom-poms coming down from there. It's a very secure fit, I have to admit. Getting it down, it seems to do a fine enough job of clearing. It doesn't start impeding on the pigtails there. But that's how it looks like with it on her head. And it's not really going anywhere. I mean, it will go somewhere if you pull it off, but it seems to sit secure enough that I really don't feel like I need the elastic bands used. By the way, how does Gotham Garage Harley Quinn stack up against the Catwoman that we already had a look at? Well, here's the other doll right here, so you can see the difference between the two. I do really like this garage look of the characters. they look close enough like their original designs that it still reads for me Catwoman and Harley Quinn, just with a slight spin to it. Of the two, though, I don't really know which one I like more. Catwoman's quite a very pretty displayed doll, but I like the coloring and the hair and the makeup on Harley Quinn. I'm really actually quite torn. This is what their faces look like with their helmets on, and what they look like without the helmets on. Still not sure. I feel like I like Catwoman just a little bit more. I love the short black hair that they've given her, taking nothing, though, away from Harley Quinn on the right. When it comes to Harley Quinn's posability, it's the same as Catwoman's. She does have a ball joint in the neck area is pegged right into the underside of the head there. The full rotation motion there. Arms do hinge out. This one's a little bit more limited, but not by much, surprisingly. Just because there's enough looseness to the jacket that the arms still move out quite easily. But this arm will allow a full rotation all the way around. She has a bend in the elbow, which also allows that forearm to rotate. And she also has a rotation and hinge in her wrists. When it comes to her waist has a straight standard swivel. There's no crunch or anything to that. And the legs, as limited, unfortunately, when it comes to mobility as the Catwoman that we already had a look at. They move front and back by just about that much, but a split cut is a little bit more difficult just because there's a lot of stress that forms on the sides and does restrict that motion. She does have a single hinge in the knee. Doesn't look like, and I thought initially that there might have been a swiveling at some point, maybe a swivel at the thigh or a swivel somewhere at the lower section of the leg. And then there's no posability in the feet. And again, there's a lot of laces going on in those boots. The Tonner Gotham Garage Harley Quinn turned out to be another great collectible piece. It goes to show again the quality and just level of detail that Tonner puts into all their releases. Not to say Spot's going to start reviewing Tonner dolls, but I did want to show you some of them, ones more geared towards the DC end of it. The DC Gotham Garage Catwoman and Harley Quinn are exceptional looking pieces. Not everybody's cup of tea, don't get me wrong, they're not everyone's cup of tea, and they're certainly, they also have a very higher price point than regular store released dolls. These dolls range anywhere from, I think currently they're about $180 right now on Big Bad Toy Store, so they're only really geared towards the collectors that want to pay a little bit more to get a higher end doll. Is this something that you could pick up for yourself? That is entirely up to you. Not necessarily even gearing themselves towards the girl collectors out there. There's some guy collectors as well that would be pretty keen on getting a different spin on a Harley Quinn in a high-end doll treatment. And if you think for a second, well, Spot, that's a doll. It's really not that far off from a Hot Toys and other 6-scale figure female releases. It's just simply the fact that it's coming from a Tonner doll company that I think a lot of people just start questioning, well, it's a doll. Why would you want to collect a doll? I'm not necessarily collecting a doll. I'm showcasing to you guys the high-end premium grade figure releases or doll releases that are coming from the likes of Tonner. Speaking of releases, Tonner's also planning a Suicide Squad Harley Quinn, which would probably be one I'd also want to pick up. Again, I'm not going to probably pick up all of these, but there's certain ones I could see myself really wanting to add to the collection. Today's collectible spot, though, we were having a look at the Tonner doll Gotham Garage Harley Quinn. Stay tuned, guys. Spot's got more videos heading your way. As always, thanks for watching. See you next time.